not already, but you've got obs out in good spots with, I think they might even have speed now. They don't have speed. But, yeah, it looks like Zero's just producing tons of Zerglings and hoping that'll do something, which is a good idea against a pure Dragoon-heavy army, but this is a Dragoon-heavy army that has a significant amount of Zealots. This is not, like, this is not nearly enough of a percentage of Dragoons for Zealots, for Zerglings to be that effective, unless they can somehow, unless the Lurkers can plow through the Zealot numbers. It looks like that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to use his Zealots to pick off or trying to use his Lurkers to pick off the Zealots and then open the way for a horde of Zerglings to just pour on in and eliminate all those Dragoons. Looks like a couple Archons have already been produced. Yeah, this is smart, intellectual, fantastic play by Stork, transitioning into a bunch of Archons, which are going to render these Zerglings virtually useless. The Zerglings are coming in here, might actually be able to pick off some of the High Templar, actually, and it looks like they're going to do so. Force some Storm Speed pseudo-wasted, and Lurkers going down everywhere, as well as some swarms. But once again, a little bit of a Zergling Zealot attack at the 12 o'clock position. Zero either doesn't notice or doesn't have the force to afford to attack there. Looks like another huge drop coming in here with Cracklings, but a lot of them get stormed. And this time, hopefully, he'll take down the Templar Archives. Blah. Maybe he wouldn't have had to face as many storms recently, but heaven forbid we do that kind of thing, you know. Looks like, yeah, the Templar Archives is going to go down. Just too many Cracklings. Just going to lay waste to this base right now. But there are a bunch of Archons coming in here. Looks like a lot of the tech building might actually go down if Zero focuses it down. Yeah, the Citadel went down as well as the Templar Archive, so it's going to be a while before we see more Templar, unless he was able to produce another one. It looks like the Robotic Support Bay went down as well, so all the high-level attack units actually have gone down. High-level buildings for Stork actually have gone down, so that's a little bit of, there we go, that's the kind of window that we were hoping that we need. Zero absolutely needs in order to rebuild his forces and take that 12 o'clock position and do some damage to the top left. Or, yeah, that's pretty much the base. The top left, possibly the 6 o'clock could still help him out doing some damage. Looks like a Reaver out in the open is going to get picked off by Mutalisk, and another Reaver at that mineral only, could be picked off as well if he chose to go there, but he needs to pick it off, maybe not. Looks like he's going to pick off another High Templar, and if he goes to that mineral only, he'll be able to pick off another Reaver, which would be awesome. Doesn't look like he's planning on doing that, though. In a missed storm there, Zero able to dodge that pretty effectively. We see a ton of Cracklings going to the top left, and I think they actually will lay waste to this base. There's some Zealots and then Photon Cannons, which isn't really enough. But here comes a shuttle with what in it? I don't know. It looks like a Reaver, but the Reaver is going to be harassed by this Mutalisk. And the Reaver, it looks like there's just plain enough cannons, and just a couple, maybe one or two Reaver Scarabs was enough to hold off that push in there, and unfortunately needed a swarm. They really should. If he had taken a Defiler with him, he would have won that battle for sure. And now the Archons are just going to lay waste to all these Zerglings. These Zerglings are going to do nothing. Look at this. These Zerglings are just getting absolutely pasted. A Zealot and Archon army versus Zergling army is just not even pretty to watch. It's just an absolute melting. Look at all that red goo. And when you're using Zerglings, you're hoping to make a lot of blue goo, but all we got is red goo. And that is all Zergling blood everywhere, just all over the floor. And, yeah, I think Zero's just about dead. He's going to lose his mineral only very, very shortly. A little mini attack coming in on his 12 o'clock again as well. And these Archons are going to be too much, because usually at this point, he's going to be spamming Zergling, Zero is, in order to try and just produce units as fast as possible to defend. But he has nothing else, and no other units to help him out. And these Zerglings are not going to be enough with all these Archons around. It's just not an economic way to fend this off, not an effective way to fend this off. You just need so many Zerglings. And we're seeing him produce all these Zerglings. And we got Cocoons, we've got Guardians. Fantastic. I don't know what Zero's doing. But, yeah, going for Guardians instead of, say, Ultralisks, which would have been much better, I think, in my personal opinion. And there's GG from Zero, not even able to use the use his Guardians. So we're gonna go to an ace match, presumably Stork and Zero again, presumably. And yeah, those are some very, very new jackets for Samsung Han, and I don't like them. You know, I know blue and orange are complementary colors, and they're supposed to go well together, but I don't know. Blue and orange, I'm just not a big fan of those coats. Maybe it's blue and orange with the white backset I don't like, but yeah, not really pretty, gotta say the least. Free would not approve, that's for sure. Free would not approve of the pretty factor of these jackets. And but yeah, we're gonna go into the ace match. I'm gonna assume that it's gonna be Stork versus Zero, but we'll find out when we get there. I'll see you all in the ace match.